All right, now we're recording. For anyone who just joined, I basically just said to download the files and then zip them. Sorry. I almost forgot to start recording this lesson. That would have been unfortunate. Yeah, this way we don't have to make any parts and we can just do assemblies.
Yeah. I'm just opening up assemblies.
Cool. So just to give you an idea of what I'm hoping to do today, for about the first half or so, I'd like you to try to, so if you look on my screen, I have an assembly up. It's using the parts that I sent in that file. So I guess kind of my challenge is I want to see if you'd be able to basically just copy the assembly I made
Okay.
with the parts I gave you. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Just trying to tell what each part looks like. There's this.
if you have any questions on how to do any of the assembly parts, let me know. What I have playing on my screen right now is an animation of how they all go together that I made real quick. It's
Okay.
basically just a short animation of everything putting itself together and taking itself apart. So,
Okay.
and just so you know, the center block, I named it the base. It's kind of inside this sleeve, but here, let me just
Was this the stuff that you did last week?
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
But if you need help, just let me know. But just so you
Do
know,
we need it? Do we need it for the today?
oh, what we made last week, you don't need today. You're just gonna need the parts I sent. Yep.
You sent?
In I think I sent it in Slack. It should be in like a zip folder.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Julia, you just joined? Yeah. So what we're doing is I sent a zip folder of parts. Do you know how to extract parts from a zip, like files from a zip folder?
I could probably figure it out. I haven't
Okay.
done it before, but
All
I'll
you have to
try.
do- yeah. Well, once you download the file, just right click on it and click extract all. It's like when you right click on it, you'll get the little drop down. Extract all should be kind of close to the top. Yeah, and then from there you should be able to just what it'll do is it'll copy all of the parts into another folder that's like a normal one, and then you'll be able to work off that one. And yeah, kind of my challenge for this is to basically try to copy the assembly I have on the screen right now.
Does the base need to be centered?
Okay, I'm glad you asked. So if you look, my base is allowed to move in this slide, right? I can't move it
Yeah.
forward or backwards or up and down, but it's like trapped in the slide, but I can move it side to side within it. And also my little circles with like the little levers that are attached to them, those are still both allowed to move. So don't worry about locking any of those. And the reason why I say that is because I'm going to teach you guys like a couple more slightly fancier mates that we can work with. So kind of like the first half is going to be using the simple mates that we already learned to try to make this. And once you do that, there's some slightly more complicated mates I was going to show you guys how to do.
Okay.
So we're intentionally leaving this a little bit underdefined for now. And if you guys ever want, it's something called exploded view, which I'll show if we have time. But it's if you guys ever want to see how the pieces go together, I can always, um, do that just so you guys can kind of see everything.
Hold on, I'm having like problems like logging in and it's not loading. It's not going well for me.
Oh, in SolidWorks,
So yeah,
I don't think you should have to log in for SolidWorks.
I don't know. It has me log in like every time. Otherwise, it won't let me do it. I don't know why.
Huh, that's interesting.
That's happened to me before, but I don't have to log in.
You could just say like
I
no,
don't know.
basically.
Yeah.
I wonder if
Okay,
that's
let me.
some sort of like cloud thing for you to like save your stuff to like a cloud or whatever. Yeah, see if there's a way where you could just skip the sign in.
It's like not loading. Whatever I press isn't like loading up. It's a problem.
Hmm. Were you able to like extract all the files and everything successfully?
But oh, hold on. Now it's letting me do it. Okay.
Oh, perfect. Okay, that's good.
All right, hold on. Let me try to do the extracting of the file.
Is there a reason that there's two gears here?
Yeah, so there's a mate that allows, so they're just circles. They're not very good gears, but I'll be honest, I had work like right before this that ended at 5. So I made all these parts real quick before the class. So these wheels are going to act as gears. And there's a mate where once I turn this wheel, it'll cause this wheel to turn like their gears, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So I have 2 on there just so once we do that mate, we can do that. But yeah, there should be 2 holes on our little base plate and 2 axles. So you could just insert multiple of the same component and it should work out for you. And you don't have to worry about the rotation of the circles or any of that. Just make sure everything else is locked in. Is everyone doing okay so far?
Yeah.
Cool. Just guys have an idea for time. I'm thinking probably I'd like to by 6:30 start working on the other mates. So I might say like 6:25. I might just do a quick run through of what I did if you guys are still stuck or help you out a bit. But yeah, until then, just feel free to work and let me know if you have questions.
I have a question.
Yep.
How do you how do you open it so you get all the parts in it?
Like the assembly?
Yeah, like when I tried to open them all, like I tried to open them all at the same time, but it
Sure.
doesn't quite. It just shows me one.
I'll start a new assembly just to kind of show you. So what you can do is if I start a new assembly and I clicked, I'm gonna go, that's not what I want. Insert components, browse, and the ones I care about, this is my whole class notes folder, but I care about these ones here. So what I can do is I can highlight them and click open. The other thing I can do is I can click on the first one, hold shift, click on the last one, and then hit open. And what it's going to do is it only shows one on the screen, but if I click it and set it down, the next one pops up. And I kind of click each one down. And that's most of them. The only thing I need is I actually need 2 of these guys. Well, what I could do there is I can select them, Control C, Control V. Oh, I'm not allowed to do that. Oh well. I think you can highlight them here though. So, well,
Wait, how do you get it? How do you get it so you can get to assembly in the first place?
sure. When you do new, when you instead of clicking part, you click assembly.
Oh, my bad. That's
Oh,
kind
you're
of
good.
obvious.
Sorry, that might have been the issue. It's okay. Probably one of your first times working with this stuff. Yeah, it can be tricky your first time. But yeah, you should be able to insert stuff. You do it one at a time. You could try to highlight or do the shift click thing. But just so you know, you're going to need 2 of the arms, 2 of the axles, and 2 of the gears, and 1 of the base and 1 of the slider. All right, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go grab some water. But yeah, I'll be back in a minute.
Do you want us to like put it together? Cause
Sorry, I was muted. Yeah, that's the goal. Try to make this assembly with the parts I sent you guys.
okay, cause I was like, oh boy, cause they're all just like everywhere. Okay.
Yeah. What I can do for you here, ready? So I made an exploded view. So if you want to just see how they all go together, something like this. So you'd have your base that should fit in the slide. And I want it to be like kind of fully contained in you were you able to watch the recorded lecture for the last lesson?
I did not. I did not.
You didn't? Okay.
Cause
Um,
cause what was the last lesson? Wasn't it on Thursday?
I think it might have I think I moved it to Friday because of the um
Oh, my bad.
orientation. Oh no, you're all good. If you weren't able to watch the recording, what I'll do is Taylor, how are you doing with the assembly?
All right, I
Okay.
believe.
Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a quick run through on how to make this for Julia, and if you wanted to watch that, you're free to. Otherwise, you can keep working on it yourself.
Okay.
Or once we kind of get to the point where we're caught up to you, you can kind of follow along if you'd like. But I'm going to start a new assembly. I'm going to insert all of my components. And I'll just do those insert now. Okay. So first thing is I want the base to be inside of this slide like this, Julia.
Hmm.
And the way you do it is with mates. Mates are really similar to the relations we were using in sketches. So first off, I don't want this to be able to like go side to side like this through the walls, right? That's not good. First off, parts shouldn't be moving like that. So what I can do is I can do a mate on the side of this little base guy and on the inside wall of my sleeve or my slider. What that's going to do is it's going to, and I'm going to choose them to be coincident. Kind of like
Wait, what faces?
one of the side faces of our base and then one of the inside side faces of our slide. If you look at my screen, you can kind of tell which ones I selected. This guy and this guy.
Yeah.
Okay. And autofill is coincident. And if we hit check on that, what you'll see is it kind of locks those two faces in contact. So now they're stuck together, which is good for us. Now next, I'm going to add in my axle. Oh, one thing, Taylor, or yeah, Taylor, real quick.
Yeah.
If you wanted to just watch real quick. One thing you want to make sure, depending on what order you add parts, the first one you add is going to be what's called fixed, and you can tell because there's a little F in parentheses here. First one I added was the arm, and if you see, it's fully fixed even though I added mates. So it's going to almost anchor one of your parts, and then you define everything around that. It's kind of like how with sketches, you have to like define everything in relation to the origin. What we're going to do though is I want this slide to be the fixed component. So what we can do is if we right click on the slide in the feature tree, we can click on fix. And then for the arm, we're going to right click on that part and we're going to click on float on the pop-up menu. And what that's going to do is it's going to make it so now the arm is no longer fixed and our slide piece is. Because that's what I want to be my anchor piece. Were you guys able to follow
Dan,
that? Hmm?
like you know how like you did the what is it, the mate thing?
Yep.
I like it. I don't know, it's not working.
It isn't.
Can you show me again just how to
Yeah,
do it? Because I feel
I'll
like
do
I
one more
missed
time.
something.
First, could you do this thing though, where you're doing the float and fix stuff?
The yeah.
So first, right click on the slide, lesson 6 slide. And right here where it says float for me, you should be able, it should say fix for you. So if you can click on that,
Yeah.
make it fixed. Then if you go up to lesson 6 arm, or look at your little feature tree, and you should have another piece that also has an F next to it. do you?
Um,
Kind of like in front of it.
wait, hold on. For some reason, I don't even have an arm here, so I don't. Hold on. I don't know why this is not working. I loaded all the stuff, but it just keeps breaking.
Uh,
I don't know. Because I got the gear, the slide, the base, and stuff, but I don't have the arm.
okay, well, we don't need to add that yet. But if you want to, you can just click Insert Components up on the top
Oh,
and click Browse, and you can kind of select what file you want to add in.
okay. Now I got that. Now I got that.
But on this feature tree, do you have any other parts that are labeled like with that F in front for fixed?
Um, just the what is it called?
Just the slide?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's what we want, so that's perfect. That's the only one we want to be fixed. Okay, so for the coincident mate, what I'm going to do, so this piece right here is my base, the little rectangle with the holes cut in it. I'm going to click on one of the long sides, and then
Right.
I'm going to click on one of the inside walls of our slide part. If you look at my screen, it kind of highlights in blue.
Yeah, it doesn't like show up the same thing. Like you know how like you have all that stuff on the side there?
Yeah.
Did you click something to get there? Because when
Yeah, so
I go there, it doesn't do anything.
you have to click mate up here. Right
Oh
next
my
to insert
God.
components.
My
No,
bad.
that's on me. I don't think I explicitly said that you have to click that, so that's on me. Don't worry. The other thing you can do is if you select both those faces, you can click mate afterwards, kind of like how with relations. Or actually, that's a bad example, but yeah, you can either select the two things you want to mate and then click mate, or you can click mate first and then select your stuff. But we want to make those coincident, those two faces.
Is it supposed to like go like right into the slide thing? Because it's like after you hit coincident.
It probably, yeah, because it moves it to kind of
Oh my
basically when you
gosh.
click coincident, what it wants to do is it wants those two sides to touch. So it's going to move them to make that happen.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, for some reason it doesn't do that, and I'm not sure why.
Does it
It
look
like stays
something,
on
does it look something like this?
like it's like hanging down underneath it for
Oh, well,
some
that's
reason.
okay.
Oh, what happened? It looks weird. Oh, never mind. Like it's like straight through it. You know what I mean? Like it's inside of it, but half of it's outside of it. I
Um,
I don't
oh,
even really know
so
how to
here,
explain that.
so does it look like what's on my screen, but it's just lower down where it's kind of like through the bottom of it?
Yeah, it's through the bottom.
That's okay.
Oh,
We'll kind of
okay.
get to that point. For now, we just want to
All
do
right.
this here.
Okay. All right, then I should be okay.
Okay. Um, and just to kind of tell you how to solve your through the bottom problem, what we'll do is we'll select the bottom of our little base block, the one with the two holes. So we'll
Yeah.
click the bottom face of that and then the top face of our slide, but like the inside top face, not these little edges. And then if we make those
Hmm.
coincident, that's actually all we need to do for the base because we actually want it to slide back and forth in this slide. But you can see it's kind of locked in there. It's not going to be able to go up or to the side. Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
that worked. It made it. Yeah,
Cool.
it
Um,
fixed the problem.
just to show you the other thing, the other mate you're going to need to do this. So now we're working with the axle. Do you have the axle in here?
No.
No? Okay.
In the thing? Yeah, like I
Yeah.
have it on the screen.
Oh, perfect. That's all you need.
Okay.
Now we're going to click mate again, or if you're still in the mate screen. Um, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the round kind of like face of my axle,
Yeah.
kind of like my cylindrical face. And then I'm going to click inside the hole of our base piece. But right now it's upside down. I want that square part facing upwards. So down here, it says mate alignment. And right now I have this box kind of selected. I'm going to select the other one, and you'll see it flips the direction of my axle. You might not need to do it depending on how you put yours in, but I had to do it for mine. You want the square part on top.
Yeah, it's good. I did it.
Cool. Awesome. All right. But we want this to be kind of like fully inside the hole. So what I'm going to do is this one's
Is
a
yours
little
not?
tricky.
Is because like mine's like half. I don't know why it keeps doing this, but it's like halfway inside.
That's okay. No, that's totally fine. Yeah.
That's fine.
Well,
Okay.
because the thing is, we haven't defined up and down yet, right? All we've done is we said it's inside the hole. We didn't say how up or down it is, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but we're doing that next, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click. Do you have a mouse, right? Because it's kind of tricky.
Yep.
Perfect. What we're going to do is we're going to click on this bottom. We're going to zoom in a little bit and click on this bottom face of the axle, like kind of like the bottom corner of the square piece. I don't know if you could see my screen, but kind of where I'm selecting here. It's kind of hard for me to explain, but I'm going to select that little corner piece there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to select the top face of our base. And basically what I just did was I kind of just put it all the way into the base, because my little cylindrical part of my axle was 1/2 inch and my base is 1/2 inch thick. So it's fully in there. It's kind of perfectly fit. Next, I'm going to put my quote unquote gear onto the axle. Doesn't look like a gear, but that's because I had to do this kind of quick. We're going to do coincidence stuff again. So I'm going to select one of the.
I have a question.
Sure.
Wait. So like, hold on, because hold on. My gear is like really small. Like really, like it is just a circle. I don't really like it. Just loaded in like that. I don't need everything else is fine, but
It says less than 6 gear on it.
this is lesson gear.
Oh wait,
I don't
shoot,
know.
did I send the wrong file? That might be on me.
There's 2 gears in there.
Oh, okay.
Was there? Oh my bad. Hold
Don't
on.
use,
Let me
don't
get
use
that.
the lesson gear. No, that's on me for accidentally sending it.
Oh yeah. There's a different gear
I
now. We're
didn't mean
good.
to send that one. That one was kind of like one of my little test pieces I was using.
Okay, now I'm good. Now I'm good. I figured it out. So like I assume for the gear you have to like touch like the inside of it. Well, you have to do the mate and then touch the inside and then touch like the what is it? The axle thing here.
Yeah, you want to give it a shot? Try doing it yourself and let me know if you have any issues with it.
All right. I should be okay. I should be okay.
Okay, perfect. I showed you all the mates you need to know. Yeah, so just kind of go for it. Yeah, thanks for catching that. I didn't realize I accidentally zipped that one in the folder too. Yeah, Julia, if you end up finishing up with this, or I'm sorry, Taylor, if you end up finishing up with the assembly, you're free to head out because I think I might end up just covering this today. Say, what this is only lesson 6. So what I might do is I might do the kind of the fancy. I might do the fancy mates in the next lesson. I might just treat this one as kind of like a practice exercise lesson. So
Okay. I'm around the same area you guys are.
okay, cool. Yeah, so I mean, if you want to work from there or if you need help, just let me know. What I'll probably do is I'll go till 6:45 and then I'll kind of finish up the solution. Unless you guys want it sooner, like you guys are stuck, I can always help you out. So just let me know what you guys are thinking and all that. I'm just gonna add in the parts I need. Sorry.
Do you want me to try to like is like Do you want me to try to put it together?
Yeah, that's kind of the goal.
Okay.
Here, I'll go back to
Okay.
I'll go back to this one here. So this is
Because
kind
you
of
have
what,
to make multiple parts though, right? Like with the
yeah, so you're gonna need
gears and stuff.
2 axles, 2 gears, and 2 arms. You
Okay.
just need 1 base and 1 slide though. But yeah, you'll need 2 of the other components. And you can either insert new components there, or if you go into the feature tree, you can just kind of highlight it and then Control C, Control V, and copy and paste it like you normally would. There's a couple other slightly fancier ways you could do this that actually make the whole assembly a little bit quicker to do. But I'm not really planning on covering that, and it doesn't save much time in this case. But depending on what we want to do tomorrow, I might, or not tomorrow, next week, I might show that off. But yeah, just so you guys know, I'm planning on taking this assembly we made here today, and we'll be using this again next week. We'll be doing more with it. So just make sure you
Okay.
save it somewhere where you'll be able to remember where it is and access it next week. Just kind of as a heads up. All right, I'll be right back. everything going?
All right.
Awesome. Cool. Where are you guys at roughly?
I'm putting the second gear on.
Oh, fantastic. Nice. And do you have the arm on the first gear?
No.
Okay, cool.
I'm getting the arms on right now.
Oh, yeah. Awesome. Yeah. No, I mean, once you have the first one done, it's basically the exact same for the second one. So I think you guys got it. And just so you know, the gears touching here, you don't have to make a mate for them touching. They're just doing that because of how the holes are spaced. So don't think you have to do any mates there, just to throw that out there. As long as they're properly mated on the axles, you'll be good. And that's more important than them touching anyways. Have you guys both finished up with the gears? Because if you have, I'll start doing that on my guide assembly so we don't go over it twice when I don't need to.
Nah, I think I'm pretty much finished with the whole thing.
Oh,
Yeah, I
awesome.
just finished the gear.
Oh, perfect.
So I'm
Okay,
just putting the
nice.
arm on.
Cool. All right, so I probably won't even need to show you guys how to do it. Perfect. All right, I'll just finish this up then real quick. So coincident there. This space. right. Yeah, and whenever you guys finish, just let me know, and then that's kind of all I had for today. So
All right.
cool. I'll stick on until both you guys are done, just in case you guys have questions, but you guys seem to have it.
Yeah, the hardest thing is the angle of everything for me because I have a laptop, so I don't have a mouse.
Oh, yeah, that would make it really tough with like some of the axle stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry about
Yeah,
that.
the axle I was able to get.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of rough. I mean, I know one thing you can do that might make it easier is if you go into this little like almost dice mode. Oh, that didn't work. Hold on. Yeah, no, never mind. Guess you can't. Here we go. So here, Taylor, I don't know if this helps, but if you right click on the screen and you click rotate view, it'll basically turn your mouse into something that lets you rotate. So you can rotate a lot easier with your mouse pad. And then
Oh,
to zoom in, you can almost like do the pinch method. And that'll kind of get you some of the same abilities you'd have with the mouse wheel. Yeah, if you right click, you can yeah, you can even change your mouse to like a zoom in and out tool as well.
thanks. That
Yeah, absolutely.
sounds really useful.
Yeah. Should have mentioned that sooner. I've never really used them before, so I wasn't really thinking about it, but yeah.
Okay. I'm all good now.
Awesome. All right, fantastic. Yeah, good work. Yeah, it gets quicker the more practice you have. It's a lot of times the hardest part is just finding that angle. And I know with the mouse pad that's probably a lot worse. But yeah, nice work. Then next class we'll do some more interesting mates than just the ones we've been doing. All right. And then how are you doing, Julia?
I'm done.
Oh, fantastic. All right, well, if you guys are both done, guess I'll
Yep.
fantastic.